And I went to the party, but I was like, that's bad.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. If you haven't met me, I'm Lauren Teeter. This is my first year doing this, so welcome. If you haven't signed up for attendance of being here, you can do that at the end and grab a magnet with all of our event dates and everything on that. We're gonna approve the May minutes from last school year. And then we will have our principals report.
Does anybody want to see the minutes? No? Okay, I approve. Anyone want a second? I'll second. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Sorry, we're over here in the corner. We've had a good kickoff. We have lots of new and exciting things coming on board today. So thank you for the new leadership. Thanks for stepping up. And thank you for year 2 of PTSO and us kind of working together. If you didn't know, we've done a few new things. Like this year, volleyball launched. We had our first official home game last week as an official middle school sport. Up until then, volleyball for our middle school girls, 5th and 6th grade, was just a club. So super exciting that we got to, launch that new activity. So we're excited about that. We have a new fundraiser. There's been some questions, on that. We always have needs and wants list. And like Karen Armstrong, I can't see everybody. It just makes me weird. Sorry. But she's been such a blessing. I didn't get to work with her before. I know a lot of you all knew her before, and then she came back. But she's just been such a breath of fresh air in there. And her want is like a 9 square, that game that you kind of play beach ball, blah, 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 or whatever. And it's $1,500. Well, needs, we have to get the jump ropes, the hula hoops, the basketball, keep all of that equipment. Want, we get to dream big. So some of these big items that our special area teachers want, that's kind of what we're using the money for. So it'll go straight back into, their programs. And so we're kind of super excited. She was like, I want one, but if I could have 2, that would be it. I was like, Karen, girl, you are dreaming big, kid. But, some of those are the kinds of things. Some of our music equipment, with Heather Perkins and Rachel Hopkins, I know you all have all gone through a lot of new. We have too. But some of those are newer people to their craft and their areas too. And so coming into a classroom where you had a veteran teacher and they did it their way, Heather Hopkins coming in and inventorying for a year what she really had in the art program and then dreaming big on how she wants to organize and her vision or whatever is kind of where we're going there. The same with Heather Perkins. She is, very passionate. I know she's been here a few more years than the rest of us, but music equipment's crazy expensive. And so we always can meet their needs, but this is just a powerhouse and a focus for us to give them their wants. In years past, you all have done the Heart initiative, and I love philanthropy, and we want to get back to philanthropy. But a big part of what Karen Armstrong did with that money, I wish, she was here too, is she would get about $2,000 to offset gym equipment. And so this is kind of where some of the idea came from was, well, Karen, not to be greedy, not that we don't want to help heart initiatives and all the time. There's so many amazing causes that we could support. But if really we need funds to supplement that, then let's do a walkathon and just let's make it for all of us. And so that's kind of what that is. So we've got a piece of paper going around and we want it first come, first serve. But we do need 3 people for each of the time frames on Friday if you have time, from 12 to 12:45. So Booster is a fundraising company. They come out and they're going to have blow ups, at the end of a marathon. I wouldn't know because the only marathon I run is with my mouth. No. So not with my feet. But, and so they have those big blow ups and then they're going to come through. They have a DJ. So, of course, those babies aren't going to just want to run and walk the whole time. So they make it fun and you walk backwards or you walk whatever. There's a cooling tent and a water station for them, or whatever. So it's going to be a fun day. But if you are interested and you would like to join the heat sweat with us, kindergarten through 3rd is going to walk from 12 to 12:45, and 4th through 6th is going to walk 1 to 1:45. We really don't need a lot of parent volunteers. We are going to keep asking parents. We would like every baby to come on Friday with a water bottle, but we'll obviously need to have a water bottle station because we don't want anybody to get hot out there. So that kind of thing, just encouraging and having fun or just being on deck. This company brings out 4 or 5 people to kind of run the event is kind of, and so we're just going to be all hands on deck. We might need to have some bathroom patrol. We have that new bathroom facility out there, or whatever. But anyway, if you're interested, we are going to be walking on the track, kindergarten through 3rd, 12 to 12:45, and 4th to 6th, 1 to 1:45. So if you want to pass
This
it.
Friday?
Friday?
Yep. So, and if we don't get volunteers, we've got plenty of people too. But I just thought since we had such a good parent group here, if anybody wanted to come and help, we could kind of do those things too. Fresh off the time block, parent-teacher conferences this year are coming up. we are already to midterms. This year is like flying. So parent-teacher conference night is actually Heritage Week. So for those of you that are new, I don't know. So Heritage provides Lanesville with field trips. So that all of our kids, not all of our kids, but certain grade levels get to take a tractor ride over and they get to learn about the history of farming and equipment and all of those things. Typically that was always on Thursday, but because parent-teacher conferences are on Thursday, September 11th, we're actually going to be doing all of those Heritage Heritage field trips on the 10th. So we'll have Heritage field trips on the 10th. The 11th is parent-teacher conferences from 10 to 5:30 that evening. So we kind of broke it up. So hopefully the people that are off during the day can. Hopefully those that are coming down for Heritage Night, and I believe that's usually when the Lanesville community's there, maybe they could just hit a conference and already have a good parking spot, and then be able to kind of jet over. So, and then we have no school on the 12th in celebration of Heritage, and just, for safety and all of those things. So anyway, so those are kind of some things coming down the pike. And if you, again, Sarah Smith is new, so as our full-time assistant principal, so that's been a great addition. We've also added a staff member. We have a interventionist that is coming in. So a lot of parents will be getting letters. Our title program kiddos will be getting letters. If your kids qualify for title services, you'll be getting a letter this week that says your kid qualified for title. And what that means is it's just an extra layer of support that they get to work with a teacher. And so you're identified for title services here, not by income base or, but really just by grades and scores and proficiencies. So we've been working right now to kind of get in some baseline data to kind of see where our kids are and who are our neediest friends that just maybe need a little bit more time or a little bit more attention. And so those title letters will be going out. Bethany Miller also on the other end of the spectrum, because we have an interventionist now, she really is taking the primary focus on high ability programming. And so she is also working with launching for the first time during our WIN block some of our high ability program. So the state of Indiana provides these like high ability units that they offer to all the school districts and all of those things. And they're big and they're powerful and they're time consuming. And a lot of classroom teachers don't have the time to squeeze that in with all the other things they're doing. So Bethany is going to be able to, during our WIN time block, be able to take those units, sometimes just high ability kids, sometimes high ability and high achieving kids, based again on our preliminary data where those kids fall. And she's going to be able to do some programming with them. So those high ability letters will also be coming out this week so that you'll know kind of what your kid's doing. And if they don't fall in any of those extremes or any of those two program areas, then they're in the middle. And in the middle, it's what I need. And the what I need services for there are, we've got a lot of wonderful teachers and we also have assistants. And we then are able to take those groups and make each grade level smaller so then we can meet the needs again off of what we're working on with those kids. So every kid in every grade level is involved in some kind of WIN group. But again, the idea of it is what I need. And so if you need interventions, then we're going to provide that. Or if you need title services. If you just are, you're doing fine in your own grade level, we want to challenge you and we want to help you grow there. And if you are ready for something else, we want to offer that too. So that's kind of a little bit of, last year we did WIN, but this year, hopefully we're going to do WIN with an upgrade. So anyway, if you have any questions, I know I talk fast, but if you do have any questions on that, let me know. And thank you all for being here.
Okay, we're gonna have the treasurer's report now.
All right, so we ended last school year at